Yikes. We got an OA Schmidt, that's a water heater from about 1992, it says right there. So the Hyper Tough's telling me, got about an inch of stand-in water there. That's not a good sign. That means this time, this thing's got to go.
So what you see behind us is what's known as a common day disaster. We got a 80-gallon water hot liter tank. You want some 150-degree hot water coming out your bathtub? That's what you want right there.
That's going to deliver you, your supplemental minerals.
Down to business, we are going to redo this closet, this water closet. That water tank heater is taking up way too much space, so we're going to install a tankless hot water heater, electric. We're going with a Rheem,
It says here, Delau Shan Sans Interruption. And what that means in English is delightful showers, soon incoming. So you plug this baby up, could provide enough hot showers for a YMCA. No problem.
7 Olympic-sized pools all at the same time.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a good one. Now down to business.
It's demo day, guys. Use the right tool for the job. I got my reciprocating saw here. We're gonna cut this thing away. I'm just gonna take it and we're gonna cut away some of this drywall and make the wires more accessible for the electricians. Always wear your safety equipment. We're gonna need to make a trip to the Home Depot.
All right, so we went ahead and ran our wire. It is now up and through the little insert hole at the bottom of our Rheem hot water heater. There's gonna be a couple tools that you're gonna need. This is thick gauge wire that we're installing here. So you're gonna need some nice big boy wire cutters, okay? I mean, yeah, needle nose pliers has a little thing right there where you can cut, maybe a smaller gauge of wire, but these will not cut this, okay? You have to have Herculean strength in your forearms and like grip power strength in order to cut these with these. I'm just, going with these big boy wire cutters. It cuts this like butter, trust me. It's worth the investment, I suppose. Or just, hire an electrician. All right, so for starters, it's really simple. We're just gonna cut off the outer black casing or sheathing that protects the individual white wire and the individual black wire and the copper ground wire. I found that it helps to have a really sharp razor blade for this process. That way you don't have to really apply a lot of pressure. It literally cuts through it like butter. It's super easy, lemon squeezy. You feel me on that one? Next, we're gonna start installing our copper wires. So go ahead and get those kind of situated all in one place. They are gonna be connected to the obvious green thing right there that I'm pointing my fingers at. Cut these wires so that they can kind of fit in that area. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut 3 of them and twist them into like a copper column. Just twist that sucker with some pliers until you can't twist it anymore. We want this sucker tight and solid. Now, we're doing that with 3 of them. 4th wire actually needs to extend past the copper column that we just made. So wrap that sucker around all the way until you can't wrap it around anymore, leaving a little bit extra. Then take your pliers and just make sure it is good and tight. The little bit of extra copper that we have sticking out of our column is going to work with this special green wire nut that we have here. Go ahead and twist that wire nut on. This special green wire nut actually has a little hole specifically designed in the top of it to allow just a little bit of the copper to go past the green wire nut. This little bit of copper that goes past the green wire nut that's just sticking out of the top is what's going to be used to fasten our copper grounding column to the hot water heater itself as its ground, like so. Next, we're going to get a tight shot of the Hyper Tough tape measure, bringing your attention to the next part of this easy installation. Grab any one of the 4 black wires that you have sitting in front of you and go ahead and line it up to the terminal all the way to the right.
Essentially, black wire goes with black wire and white wire goes with red wire in this case. Go ahead and strip off about 1/4 inch of the sheathing on the very edge of that black wire and insert it into the terminal with the corresponding wire. In this case, the corresponding wire just above it is black. Now that black wire just above it has a little bit of yellow tape on it, and there's other different types of tapes on the wires above, like yellow, red, black, or white, etc. Doesn't matter. Don't pay attention to that. The only thing you need to know is that black goes with black and your white wire is going to go with the red wire. Now it's time to blow this popsicle stand up with Super Saiyan mode activation. I'm going to be wiring up the rest of these terminals going super fast, basically in the fashion that I just said. Black goes with black, white goes with red. We already installed our green copper column. The ground is ready to go, and this is what it all should look like. Nice and clean. Now I'm going to put the cover plate back on and show you how to hook it up to the breakers.
Well, when you got your budget, your numbers come in and you just can't afford a ladder, you got to make do with what you got. Just incorporate yourself in this wall right here and just screw the screw in. Go in. Fucking ass. Adapt and overcome. The fucking thing won't go in. Push the motherfucker, man. Push, bitch. Come on, man. Zach. Come on, man. Push the thing.
Honestly, it was harder to put this faceplate thing back on than actually wire it up. Now, without further ado, we're going to add the little twist nozzle. Is it on there? Is that sucker on there? Alright, Rheem, get better with your quality here.
Oh, chill. It's a button. You push it. Jesus.
Nice.
Trying to break our gear.
And finally, we jumped over to the breaker box. We are going to wire up these 4 breakers inside the white rectangle. Go ahead and grab your wire, your 8-2 wire, and cut the sheathing all the way down. You want to expose as much of that wire as you can, the black, the white, and the copper. Once you do that, go ahead and gather all of your copper wires. We need to install those first because they go behind everything else. You have a copper grounding bar. Hang on, let me grab my screwdriver. I'll point to it real quick. This copper grounding bar is kind of tucked away in this deep, dark corner. It's hard to get to, kind of. I'll zoom in on it here in a second, but basically you want to unscrew this little screw right here. That gives you enough room to slide your copper ground wire behind it, and then you screw it back up. It's such a tight area, I couldn't actually film it and do it at the same time. Now I'm going to show you how to wire up one of these double pole 40 amp breakers. You can start with either the white or the black wire for this. I'm starting with the white wire. Essentially just grab the wire and run your fingers down the wire until you get to the location of your breaker. Bend the wire and make sure you leave a little bit of extra room. 1 or 2 inches is fine. Now, what's unique about this particular hot water heater, if you notice I'm putting black tape on the white wire. I'm doing this to let other electricians know that this white wire is actually hot. It's a live wire. Now, once you do that, go ahead and strip the outer, 1/4 inch of sheathing off of your white wire. And we're going to do the same thing with our black wire. We are going to bend it near the location of the breaker that we're installing it in. And we're leaving a little bit of extra room. Just, it's never a bad thing to have a little bit of extra wire. And then we're going to strip, just like the white one, we're going to strip about 1/4 inch of the sheathing off of the black wire. Now I'm going to pop this sucker out. The breakers just pop in and out. They don't really get screwed in. They're not fastened in with anything. Just pop them in, pop them out. Now, once you have your breaker, go ahead and unscrew the clamp that holds the wires unscrew both of the clamps. Once you do that, you can grab either the white wire or the black wire. I'm starting with the white wire. It doesn't matter if you put the white wire in the left side of the breaker or the right side. They're both hot sides, so it really doesn't matter. Once you do that and you insert it all the way, make sure you insert that white wire or black wire all the way into the breaker, and then give it a really good spin and twist of the screwdriver. You want to make sure those breakers are in there tight. These wires are made up of a bunch of small little fiber strands, and as you tighten in the clamps, as you tighten those clamps up, the wires kind of split, and you'll find that you can just kind of keep tightening that screwdriver more than what you thought, or you can keep tightening that clamp more than what you thought. Anyway, once you have both the black and the white wires installed and you've double checked that all the screws are nice and tight, you literally can just pop that breaker right back in place in the same fashion how you got it out. Just like that, and you're done.
Definitely, if you're not comfortable messing with this guy right here, call a professional electrician. Honestly, call one, because it can kill you. You know, all joking aside, it can definitely stop your heart if you do the wrong thing, or somebody accidentally flicks the power back on from the outside, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Call a professional electrician, let them risk their life for it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy your electric hot water heater. Satisfaction, you know. On to the next job.
Hi boys and girls, I'm Mr. Broccoli Head, and today here's your educational tutorial on how to get rid of your waste. Go to the landfill with your money! Yay!